Welcome back to Dad and Daughters Collectibles. Today we are doing our latest 10 card PSA grading reveal from GameStop. Let's talk about logistics real quick. 10 cards, $22 a card, so it was about 220 bucks plus tax, 230. These I did not have to pay for shipping, but I did a recent submission of 4 cards, and now GameStop is charging you $5 extra to help cover the cost of shipping. I think that stinks a little bit. I really like the $22 deal. I felt like I was already paying a little extra. Now I got to help foot the bill for shipping. It's still a good deal, but I don't like that they're doing that, and I hope they don't nickel and dime us until the point where it's not a good deal anymore, because I actually really like the GameStop. So that's one thing. So this was $230 with tax to get the 10 cards graded for about 230 bucks. These went to PSA on July 23rd. I picked them up. They were ready for pickup late on Monday, September 8th, which didn't give me enough time to pick them up. So I picked them up on the 9th. So I'm gonna count that as kind of the day they were ready for pickup. July 23rd, 8 days in July, 31 in August. So that's 39 plus another 9 days, 48-day turnaround. That's days, not business days. So that is really good. And I think that is our fastest turnaround yet. So very fast submission. I hear still a lot of people who have submissions coming back where they were submitted in like May or early June, and ours was July 23rd, and it came back really fast. So again, I still highly recommend GameStop, both for the price, convenience, and fast turnaround. I posted this in the title, so it is a bit of a spoiler alert. This is an 80% gem mint 10 rate, so I am very proud of that. I spend a lot of time doing this. I've actually made a follow-up video already where I talk about how I go, what my process is. I think it's something others can do. I've seen some other people struggling. Maybe it's not new advice. Maybe it's things you already know, and it's just a reminder to slow down, because it's very easy to miss things while looking over, especially edges and surface issues, which I cover, that those are the hardest to see. But again, I've got a video coming out to kind of talk through how to improve your gem rate, because I've been very successful in my submissions so far. So without further ado, let's get into it. I've got 10 cards here. I hid the 2 that didn't get 10s in here, so they're not right at the beginning or right at the end. They're kind of mixed in there to keep it at least a little bit suspenseful. So, all right. So first card, 2024 Prism Baseball. So this is a Panini unlicensed product. It is one of the few products that Jacob Misiorowski is actually in. I bought a case of Megas and a case of Blasters when they went on sale. Got some Misiorowskis, had them in a box. Suddenly he got called up, sets the world on fire. He's cooled off since then, but came up, got really hot, and it turned out I had a bunch of parallels of his. So this is... these are my submissions because I wanted to get these graded. And it turns out also, not all my Prism cards from those breaks were centered well, and all of his looked really good. So you can also see I have very little data on this card. There are no graded versions of the green Prism. The raw value is about 10. I'm guessing the PSA is about 80. And then, of course, your PSA 9 is going to be maybe in that 30 to 40 range. I don't even have a comp on it. It's just sort of a guess that would be 30 to 40. So, all right, first card. Gem Mint 10 Miz. So our first Misiorowski is a 10. This is a green, and actually this is going to be a gift to one of my nieces or nephews, because I have started turning my Gem Mint 10s of the players that they know into birthday presents, and so that is where this one's going to go. So happy birthday, niece or nephew of choice. All right, kind of the same deal. There were 2 versions of this graded. This is the Pink Ice. There was one PSA 10, one 9. This is the third one. Again, I think this is about a $10 card. Probably $80 in the PSA 10. I think the pink looks a little better than the green, so maybe slightly more, but I'm going to guess in that range. So Misiorowski, Pink Ice, non-numbered parallel. What did we get? Another 10. So we are 2 for 2 on Misiorowski's. One thing, I'm deciding if I want to keep any of these, and you're going to say, well, aren't you a Brewers collector? Don't you like collecting? And I do. It has nothing to do with collectability. It has everything to do with the fact that right now Misiorowski has very low pop. He just doesn't have a lot of cards. And as more stuff comes out later in the year and into Series 1 next year, there's just going to be more supply coming out. And depending on how he does, I have a feeling these cards are going to just drop a little bit in value. And I'd rather, if I can get 80 for this card and next year get 2 versions of it, I might be able to do that, right? So I'm considering if I sell all of them, keep one. Haven't made any decisions yet, but I am super happy to have 2 to get started. Next, same set, Orange Pulsar to $3.99. So same card in the Orange Pulsar, numbered to $3.99. There is 1 copy of this card graded at a PSA 9. No 10s. It's about a $20 raw card, and I'm guessing the value is maybe 150, 125, 150, in that range. There's other unlicensed stuff in this range for about that price. Other Orange Pulsars to 349 of good players are in that range. Maybe I'm shooting a little high. We can talk about that later, but 125, 150 is probably about right. So let's see how we did. Third Gem Mint 10 Miz on the Orange Pulsar, and the light, you can see that looks really, really good when the light hits it right and you turn it and those dots start to move. It looks really great. So again, 3 for 3 on our Miz prisms. Last one is this came out of my photo box, which all my other Donruss hobby boxes have been, if you take out the photo exclusive cards, that initial box, just the hobby part, not the photo part, has been better than any of my other Donruss. I feel like everybody else has had much better Donruss hobby boxes than me, but it is what it is, right? There is 1 copy of this graded as a 9 by SGC. Again, I'm putting this at around a $20 value, $150 or so is my guess. This is numbered to 149 on the lime green. So you say, well, is the orange really 150? This is 150. Again, these are sort of guesses. Maybe together they're about 300. Maybe the orange is 125 and this one's 150 or 175. I'll figure it out what they actually sell for if I put them up. If I even put them up, right? So we'll see. How do we do on the Optic? This is the 2025 Optic Lime Green to 149. Pow, 4 for 4 on Gem Mint 10 Mizzes. So those are the 4 Mizzes I sent in. All 4 of them gemmed. Super duper duper happy with those results. All right, let's stick with Optic. This is Kyle Teel, Purple Prism 249. Nobody has graded this card. I have the value of as around 20. First off, let's talk about Kyle Teel for a second. If you're not paying attention to Kyle Teel, you should be. He's on the White Sox. Has, again, because of that and because they're a losing team, hasn't gotten a lot of attention, but he is putting up very good numbers in his rookie year. He was traded from Boston. He's been a highly touted catcher prospect. So again, pay attention to him. In a PSA 10, I'm guessing this is in the 100 to somewhere in the 100 to 125 range. But one of the reasons I sent this in is if you watch a lot of videos and you talk to a lot of people who grade cards, they will frequently say the back centering doesn't matter, or they will say it doesn't matter as much. And I have never really put that theory to the test. And this one, you can clearly see is off center, much thicker here, not even close, right? Super thick. And I was like, well, let me put it to the test. And this is a good card to put it to the test with. So let's see, how much does PSA care about back centering? Turns out they do. This is a 9, and the only thing I think that's wrong with this card is the back centering. So I have no. It's a auto to 49. In a 9, it affects the value some, but not as much as some other cards. Still a super sharp card, and I learned something. So very happy to have learned that, and now I know, I gotta be better centered than this on the back. Maybe it can be a little off center, but like this is too much, right? And now I have that data point to know. All right, so let me see. Those are all cards I opened. This is the first card that I purchased. So I started following Old Guy with a Dream and a Camera, or OG. A lot of you follow him. And he started talking about Roman Anthony right before he got called up. And I was buying select baseball at that time and doing some eBay purchases, and I saw this card come up. I got this card I think I won the auction. This is the tie-dye to 25. I think I picked it up for about $11 plus 6 shipping. I went and looked at the sale price recently. It was $17 shipped, and I bought it. He got called up in early June. I bought this on June 22nd, and if you remember when he got called up, like many players when they get called up, they slump a little bit at the start. but he has turned it on since then. He is hurt now, but he has made a name for himself. Very likely, you know, he's going to have a lot of collectability in Boston, and unless he really starts to struggle in the next year or two, this is going to be a really good card for me. So only 20, it's the number to 25. One has been graded, no others. So we have one PSA 10. That's the only other thing. I have no idea what the value of these is. If you go look at other ones, you'll see some of these sold early in the summer, including mine, for in the 15 to 25 range, but I'm guessing this is a $50 card raw. I'm guessing there is a red to 149, which is a color match, that's sold for 150 in a PSA 10. I marked this as about 250. It's at least 150, so it's somewhere over 150. I don't know the exact value. Maybe because he's hurt, it affects the value a little bit, but let's see how we did. We got the 10. So I picked this up on eBay, came in, and I was just like, I think this card's a 10. I looked it over multiple times. Tie-dye is one of Select's known parallels, so it's highly collectible. And we got the 10. So I think this is, from a profitability standpoint, probably our number one card of the reveal here. So another great 10 for us. This is a card I opened in 2024 Prism Draft Picks Basketball. Alexandre Sarr, variation, orange pulsar to 49. With NBA coming up, I wanted to get it graded. When I opened this card, I said, it's kind of a weird picture you'll see here in a second. I know this card isn't going to have a ton of value. It not going to be worth the NBA card for sure. But I also knew when I opened this and looked at it, I said, there's no way this isn't a 10. So of all the cards in the break of this reveal here, this is the one I was most sure was going to get a 10. No versions of this have been graded. Raw, it's about 10 to 15. I'm guessing I'm going to try to sell it for around 80, and this is definitely one I'm going to sell. So I'm hoping to get about 80 bucks for it. I said I thought it was a 10, and it was. So you can see it's kind of weird. He's like in like a dress shirt dribbling a basketball. He came from France, so again, it's not like he's playing basketball. Again, the pulsar looks fantastic. You can see from the lighting there, just the movement of those dots is fantastic. But it's not a high-end card or anything like that. Hoping to make a little money on it. So another 10. All right, this one I opened up with the Skenes RPA. They were together in the pack. I saw this one first. I pulled it back and the RPA was behind it. This is the Paul Skenes Premier Level Maroon to 149. 9 of these have been graded. 6 10s, 3 9s. So a pretty good gem rate. Raw, it's about 30 bucks. I didn't see any of this specific copy sell yet, but I think at the PSA 10, it's going to be about 150. The PSA 9. Again, I don't always have all the values here because I can't find them all. Again, this is probably 30 to 40 in the 9. Some blues to 199 have been about 150, so I think 150 for sure is the price on this, and it could be a little higher as well. So this is the Maroon Premier Level 149. We also got the 10 on that one, so this is my second Skenes rookie RPA. Not RPA, second Skenes Gem Mint 10 from PSA rookie. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but again, super happy to have a couple Gem Mint 10s and having this reveal go so well. All right, my last two are both Cameron Brinks. So you know, if you've been keeping track, one of these is well, I just told you it was a 9. I was going to say not a 10, but one's a 9, one's a 10. I picked up this card. This is the Logo Prism. I picked up 2 of these for, I want to say 75 bucks. Somebody put it up, and they must have been trying to get rid of them or make money fast, because I picked it up. I sold the other one for 60, and this one was the one I thought had the best chance of being a 10. Not only did I think it had a best chance of being a 10, I thought it was a 10, so that's why we sent it in. This one was also an eBay pickup. This is a Select Snapshots insert, blue flash to 99. You can see here. Let's go through the populations on these. So only 12 of these have been graded. 50% gem rate. Very sharp card. I picked this up on eBay. Addie traded me for it, so this is actually Addie's, and I paid it to get graded. So Addie's, this will go to Addie. Yep. Doesn't matter. She's here with me, no matter what the grade is. This one, the gem rate. So again, on these Logo Prisms, that gem rate is pretty tough. 50 PSA 10s. I had one in an earlier video. 53 9s. 28, so less than 50% on the Logo Prisms. So which one should we do first, Addie?
Yours.
The Logo Prism? We got a 9. I was pretty sure, and maybe if I take a look at this and resubmit it again, you can see the centering is really, really, really good. Possibly a hair thicker on this side, but I would think it's within margin. It's really well centered. It could be slightly off, and that could be what is making it a 9. I also think it's close enough that if I resubmitted this enough time, eventually you get a 10. I don't really care to do that though. I'm happy with the 9, and actually the 9 is worth more than the raw. That's one more interesting thing about it. The raw is about 80, and the 9, there have been 9s that have sold in the 140 to 150 range. So this is actually going to go into PC. This is not going to get sold. So this one's a keeper for us. And of course, if that one was a 9, then we know Addie's is a 10. So there's our 8th 10. So again, very happy. This is about a $150 card in the 10. Looks really cool with the blue flash, and the blue is sort of that royal blue. It's not purple, but it's close enough that it looks really good with the Sparks jersey. So very, very pleased with this reveal. Going through the 10s one more time, we've got the Skenes to 149, the Alexandre, I'm gonna back it up here, Alexandre Sarr to 49, the Roman Anthony to 25, the 4 Mizes, 1 optic, 3 prisms, all got 10s. And again, there are very few PSA 10s Jacob Misiorowskis out there right now, so I'm very tempted to just sell all these and then wait to buy more later. And then ending with the Cameron Brink select flash snapshots to 99. So very, very successful. We have 4 more cards there now. The well is kind of dry for me right now on other cards to submit. I have some stuff, but nothing that's like, they're all like maximum $20 cards. A lot of them are like 10 to 20. So like I like to have a couple bigger ticket items in there. So it might be a while again before we submit after these other 4 come back. So when we do grading, I go through, that's how I do my grading analysis rather than just kind of flip through. I know some people just go, this one's a 9, this one's a 10. I like to talk about the cards. I think it helps people in the grading process. And of course, I have a lengthy grading video where I talk about, I have none of these cards in it, but I have a lot of other cards and examples of cards I haven't graded and why I haven't graded them and what to look for and how to spend your time. So that's going to be coming out soon. If you want to see that, give us a like and subscribe so you can see it. I will tell you one of the things I talk about the most in that video is there's of course everyone knows you got to look for the centering and you got to look for the corners and you got to look at the edges and the surface and all that, and you have to do that, no doubt about it. The biggest thing I recommend to people, as a little spoiler alert, is you have to go over the cards multiple times, and you need to take a card like this and go, I think this is a 10, and put it in my 10 pile, and come back a week later and do a full analysis on it. If you still think it's a 10, put it back in your 10 pile, come back, do the analysis again. You need to have a fresh set of eyes on these things 3, 4, 5, or 6 times before you submit them. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I looked it over for a couple minutes and it looked really good. I'm not being critical. I'm not saying you can't be successful that way. I just know that I work a regular job. I do this in my off time. If I'm tired one day and I'm looking over cards, it's so easy for me to make a mistake and miss something. I've had so many cards in my 10 pile that I look at it for the 3rd time and then I go, oh shoot, I didn't see this before. This is not a 10. And had I just looked at it the one time, I would have sent it in and been disappointed with the results. So I'm very meticulous. I spend a lot of time doing this. My success rate shows that. So yeah, that video will be coming out. Addie, anything to add?
No.
Do you want your card?
I'm tired.
She's tired. Okay. Give us a like and subscribe. Some of these will be on eBay pretty soon, so if you like any of these, go check them out.
Card's the best.
Addie's card is the best, of course. Check out our eBay auctions, both for these as well as other stuff. I price stuff very fairly. It helps support the channel. And we've got some good stuff out there, and it might help you in your collections as well. Give us a like and subscribe, and remember,
Girls are collectors too. Peace.